to realize that me being sensitive is not a detriment to who I am. It's not a detriment to those around me. It is something that is a strength. Because when I'm so happy and I want to just share that with people, I can feel it when I'm happy, and I tell people, you look great today, or hey, I love you, you're fantastic, or I hope you have an awesome day, you're doing great. I see the smiles that come from people's faces, and I see just a little bit of a light up, and it reminds me that it is okay to feel everything. And I would so much rather feel everything than feel nothing. I used to drown myself with all kinds of stuff and think that I needed to put myself into this dark box, not feel anything. But there's nothing wrong with just feeling it all. And that's what's empowered me the most. And I really quick, of course, want to say a huge thank you to this community, to Jessie, to Esty, to Sean, to everyone who has made this community what it is. I'm so thankful to you all because you've helped me to realize that feeling it all is totally okay. So thank you.
Guys, keep it going for Sammie. All right. There's 2 more quick stories left. We're going to run the clock, so when the show is done, the cafe is closed, so we're going to need your help putting the furniture back. There are 5-ish of us that know how that looks, so we will help you. We need your help, though, and your sexy manpower. Thank you. All right, guys. Our next storyteller is my wonderful co-host. I am a stubborn asshole and thought that I could do this show by myself for as long as I did, and I drove myself crazy. You did not just make that sound at me. He knows because it's true, because I'd have like a meltdown before. He's like, it's okay, just ask someone to help. Wow, that's bullshit. And I did ask someone to help, and it was the best decision I made, because I needed it. And I needed someone that was going to reinvigorate the show, and I needed it the most, to bring in your friends and community, and your wonderful storytelling to be a part of this. Put your hands together for Estevan.
Stop making me cry. I just wanted to take a minute. I never expected to be able to come here and find a home. I was introduced to it by my friend Alexis when I was going through a bit of a dry spell and kind of out of ideas and was lacking any type of creativity. And so she brought me out to Chatterbox. And I listened to Jessie, and I listened to all the other storytellers that night. And I thought to myself, damn, I want to do that. And so I started coming every single week. I told probably a couple weeks later when Jessie came up and she's like, I've seen you here a couple of times. Here, put your name on the list. You're telling. And I was like, neat. And I told, and I didn't realize that I would actually feel comfortable up here. And then a couple of months later, Jessie asked me to be her co-host. And I said, well, I've never co-hosted a thing ever, so I don't know how this is going to go. And she's like, let's do it. And I was like, okay. And I got up here, and I would apologize almost every week, like, hey, I'm socially awkward. Like, I don't know what I'm doing up here, but let's introduce the next person. And I would stammer on my words, and I wouldn't know what to say. And now it's so ingrained on Wednesday to kind of hype myself up and like, all right, it's showtime. But the thing is, Chatterbox never wholly belonged to the Chatter crew, never wholly belonged to Jessie, never wholly belonged to me or Sammie or any of the people that helped. Chatterbox is all of you guys. So this isn't the end of the story. It's just the end of a chapter. And hopefully we are the forward in all of your guys' stories that you can go out and keep creating your own and keep sharing your stories. Come back, hit us up. We're here anytime. Be happy to listen to what you guys come up with next. Thank you very much. And now the really smug look, because usually I give this next person a really long introduction, but I'll hold most of it. I will just say, help me please welcome the hostess with the mostest, the reason why we are all here, the person who led by example and created a community based off of the values that she holds high. Please help me welcome Jessie.
This is the last one, guys. Holy shit. I never thought I'd be here. I never really thought about the end of Chatterbox. But like Estevan said, it isn't really about me. It was about everyone that came to make this show what it is, because Estevan and I can only tell each other so many stories before that gets really boring. I'm gonna just do like it's an acceptance speech. Like I'm just gonna thank a bunch of people, if that's cool with you guys. Because if I do that, then I won't cry probably. I have a lot of people to thank for this. The biggest person that I could thank are the storytellers that got me into storytelling, and that is Dan Holt and Rachel Egboro. If you guys grab that yellow sheet of paper that has all the other storytelling shows on it, someone hold it up if you've got one. Cool. Those shows are on there that they run. One is the Storyline Slam at the Newton. The other one is the Whole Story at the Phoenix Art Museum, and those are wonderful shows. But those two people inspired me to be the storyteller that I am and asked me to be a part of something that I had no idea I could do about 5 years ago now. And it turned into this, and me running this show by myself for as long as I did. I met a lot of wonderful people, and I am very thankful for the opportunity to have help, to fail graciously and have people be like, you could probably use some assistance with that. And I never thought that I'd find this community here. I'm not the kind of person that really, I don't see myself fitting in a lot of places. Not because I don't want to or not because I'm not trying, but because I think I'm a little bit of all kinds of things. I'm more of like a chameleon person. Like, I'm this friend with this group of people and this friend with this group of people. And in Phoenix, all of those scenes just didn't fit me all of the way. And I wanted to fit. And storytelling is where I fit. And it's with people like you. And half of you I don't know, and I love that. Strangers. And I clearly didn't learn what my parents told me about not talking to strangers, because it's my favorite thing. Because strangers have the best stories and the best candy. Thank you guys so much for making this possible. Thank you for making it worth my while every week to be here and to do this. It helped me through a lot of really hard times, personal stuff that I had to deal with and go through on my own, because I knew that I could come every Wednesday and see a group of wonderful, smiling, amazing people in my community who just gave a shit. And that was awesome, and it felt great. And it still feels great, and I will definitely miss this feeling. It is very bittersweet, but it's necessary because, you know, like a handful of people up here have already said seasons for change is what's happening now. And I'm in that time of my life as well, and things need to be different. And it doesn't need to be better, because this is the best it's going to be, I think, for me. But different. So thank you for coming out tonight on our final show. Thank you for telling. Thank you for listening. All of our podcasts will be available until whenever, who knows. Those podcasts are available everywhere. If you want to be friends with Estevan and I, we will gladly accept your friendship. There's an application we can give you. We have a panel interview situation going on. No. But yeah, I hope we can stay in touch. I will still be in Phoenix. I'm not going anywhere crazy. But yeah. Let me know if you want to get a cup of coffee or hang out. After the show, we're heading over to Arizona Wilderness Brewery, which is right down the street if you guys want to come hang out. We have a giant memory board, so if you want to share some memories or write some well wishes to the show, we'll do that there as well. But thank you so much, and thank you Fair Trade Cafe for giving us the space. Thank you, Jared, for recording the show. Thank you, Jeff, for DJing us in today. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
This has been a Hoon Waddle production. If you enjoyed this podcast, why not check out one of our other fine podcasts available from hootenwaddle.com Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any number of podcast apps. If you'd like to support Hoot and Waddle and get access to an exclusive member-only podcast, receive discounts on merch, and more, go to patreon.com/Hoot and Waddle.